Robert David Helphrey, went by Bob, was 34 and is missing from Palm Harbor, Florida. His last date of contact was Monday, June 22nd, 2006, when he was seen leaving a bar known as Peggy O'Neill's Irish Pub and Eatery in Palm Harbor. He was seen getting into his car and leaving to meet a friend. The friend maintains that he spoke with Robert on the phone but never met with him. The weather at 2 a.m. when Bob left Peggy's was 85 degrees Fahrenheit, and there was no precipitation. He drives a blue and gray 2005 Mitsubishi Outlander, Florida license plates G83NYD that expired in 2006. The Pinellas County Sheriff's Office can be reached at 727-582-6200. Bob was born in Illinois on August 28, 1971. At the time of this recording, he would be 51 years old today. He took medication for high blood pressure and sleeping problems. He had a test scheduled for sleep apnea, but he didn't. It was after he disappeared. He held 2 jobs. One was as a manager at the Thirsty Marlin. It's a seafood restaurant. He closed the business at 12:30 in the morning, then went to join his friends at Peggy's. It sounds like it was in the same building or the same block at least. An hour later, he left. He was either heading to a friend's home or to his home. It was depending on which report you want to put your faith in. I don't know where the friend lived. I tried to track that down and see. So he failed to make it to his home regardless. If he did go to his friends, he didn't make it home after that. He lived on Highway 19 in Palm Harbor. He's never been heard or seen again. He is a military veteran who served in Operation Desert Storm, and his loved ones maintain that he led a very structured, regimented life even after leaving the military. He has 2 daughters that he saw regularly. He's considered hardworking and dependable. His family believes he would never leave without saying something. Bob did leave everything behind, including his pet dog, Rig. I believe it was a golden lab. His bank accounts were never accessed after his disappearance. His daughters were 8 and 3 when he went missing. His parents, Betty and David Helphrey, live in Dunedin. And then Bob's best friend is John Sheridan. He managed in Albertsons and Countryside, and his mother Betty had retired just shortly, I believe, after he arrived home from Desert Storm. She was a retired math teacher. So, welcome to AdventureSphere. This is a channel dedicated to missing people who are missing with a vehicle. In the process, we are creating a volunteer sonar search and recovery dive team. Our services are free of charge. We ask you to consider subscribing, watch our content, and help spread awareness of our endeavor. They're all free, so why not? If you can donate a cup of coffee or 2, we have links in our description box. If not, no worries. The places I'll mention here in a minute are shared with my blessing, so Bob can be reunited with his family, regardless who higher powers work through. The description box has our email address if you'd like to share insight on any cold case confidentially, know someone missing with a vehicle and would like them featured on our channel and searched for, or to donate equipment. The video of Google Earth here starts from a known precise location, which for Bob is this Peggy's restaurant here. And then it goes out to possible search areas. We focus on bodies of water within 5 miles from home, 5 miles of their last location, or within 5 miles of their destination. Sentimental sites are also sonared. If an area has been heavily searched, we may expand the search area, but please keep in mind that accidents tend to happen closer to home and the destination. So John and his parents called area hospitals and friends hoping that he had either been pulled over or somebody knew what happened to him. When he didn't pick his daughter up on Tuesday after school, they came to the realization that something did happen to him. Bob, his parents, and younger daughter always had dinner together on Tuesday evenings. After Bob graduated high school in 1989, he joined the Army. After his Desert Storm deployment, he returned to a welcome home party. His sister Debbie attended, excused herself to make a phone call in a bedroom, and then a friend came to check on her to discover that she was slumped over on a bed. They called the EMS immediately. Paramedics were there within 5 minutes. They were able to restart her heart, but again, she had no oxygen to her brain for 5 minutes, so she would be considered brain dead at that point. So when they called all these different places and nobody knew anything, his friend John came to the conclusion that he was either carjacked or he went off the road into a pond. John checked all the woods between the Thirsty Marland and Bob's home, but didn't find anything. The last person Bob spoke with was Zach Taylor. He was 35 at the time. He is a local singer and songwriter. And Bob spoke with Zach at 1:55 in the morning. Zach said Bob invited him over shortly before 2 a.m. He arrived at Bob's, but Bob never answered. He could hear Bob's lab rig barking and figured that Bob must have gone to bed. Zach took a polygraph test and was ruled out as a suspect. Authorities stated that at that point it had been over 7 weeks, and signs of a carjacking or murder almost always turn up far sooner than that. But they also know that Bob didn't show any of the usual signs of a person who ran away. Bob's father, David, said even an alligator attack would have left some signs of Bob's body. They thought a clue did surface because a state trooper in Tampa had run Bob's license plate through a computer on May 24th. And that was 2 days after he disappeared. The trooper didn't make any notes and didn't leave their name or badge number on the file, and the computers at that time weren't capable to provide more information. They ended up realizing that the trooper had looked up Bob's plate because his family was doing their own investigation. Let's see here. Yeah, the family was trying to see if he was picked up for a DUI or if he was in an accident, and they couldn't find anything. On patch.com, it's a new website for me. They had an article on July 26, 2011, that at the intersection of alternate U.S. Highway 19 and Avery Avenue, a billboard was put up to revive the search for Bob. It is part of the cold case billboard program, highlighting 6 cold cases in Pinellas County, Florida. Let's see here. So Bob returned from the Persian Gulf War on June 3rd, 1991. That's when his sister had the heart attack. She was kept on life support for 2 days in the hospital before the family gave their permission for the life support to be removed. Doctors said her potassium was dangerously low, which can trigger the heart distress. Betty, Bob, and Debbie's mom... Betty, Bob, and Debbie's mom gave the coroner a tea that Debbie had took to help lose weight. One ingredient is senna. That is it's a well-known laxative that can cause potassium deficiency. There are warning labels on senna stating that it shouldn't be used for longer than a week. 4 deaths were linked to this tea. In 1998, Debbie's coroner amended her death certificate, citing the tea as her death trigger. So some questions I had was, did Bob volunteer anywhere? Did he play any sports, attend church or support groups? Did he give any possessions away? Did he prefer to drive on main roads or back roads? Was there any road construction in the area that would have detours, and the detours would have taken him through unfamiliar areas? Did he have any items that he always brought with him? Perhaps a pocket knife or water bottle. Did he have any brand loyalties for gas stations, clothing, pop snacks, things of that sort that you might have in his car, or toys for his girls? Did he have anything in the car like that? And then I was also curious, did he ever try Debbie's tea? I was thinking if it was hot or warm, he might have tried it to help him relax before bed. Yes. So his cell phone last pinged about 3 miles north of Peggy's. The areas I would like to search with that in mind would be the Klosterman Bayou, Sheeds Creek. There's water behind a celebrities bar. And I am curious about that because on the side of that bar is a driveway, and then it ends looking over a pond there. And I'm wondering if he did talk with his friend Zach, but did he maybe stop there and either take his foot off the gas or decided to just gun it into the pond? I don't know. So that's part of why I want to check it. There's water at East Curlew Place and alternate 19. There's water on the north side of Mears Boulevard and alternate Highway 19. There's water at the Winn-Dixie parking ramp. You could have pulled in there and then either just shot it into the water that was on the side of the parking lot, or if he meant to hit the brake and went over. I don't know. We have to just keep looking for him. And then on alternate Highway 19, if you take on a right on East Klosterman Road, there's water behind the St. Petersburg College. He could have initially gone north on the alternate Highway 19 and then taken Klosterman over to the main Highway 19, thinking he might have been on the back road so police wouldn't have stopped him if he was having a few drinks before leaving the restaurant. And then there's a pond north that is adjacent to Lake Tarpon. He might have been in there. Salmon's Bay and the Tarpon Bayou. And I think that's all I got. Yeah, so if you'd like to help Bob's family find their son and father, please subscribe, give the video a thumbs up, and ring the notification bell to receive progress reports. If you have a few cents for a cup of coffee or two, please consider donating through one of the links in the description box. It'll go toward sonar equipment and other necessities to find Bob and other missing loved ones. The holidays will soon be upon us, and although it hasn't been said to me, being reunited with their loved one is one of the greatest gifts these families can receive. Immediate donation links are in the description box. Kickstarter and GoFundMe campaigns are coming soon. I'll let the video play out here so you can see the 3 miles north of where the cell phone pinged. And then he's probably going to be within a 3-mile radius, I would think, from where the ping was at. If you see something that I missed, please let me know in the comment section below. Thanks for watching. Stay safe, and remember that we love you. you.